T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All three engines up and burning. 2, 1, 0, and liftoff.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You're listening to the Twisted 10, bringing you original and unique, host-created top 10 lists, recorded live in world-famous Cocoa Beach, Florida, with hosts Tach Van Sickle and Adam Poston.
All right, welcome to the Twisted 10. This is episode number 6. My name is Adam Poston. I'm one of your hosts of the Twisted 10, and sitting on my right is my boy Tach. How you doing?
What's up?
Nice to see you back in studio again.
I know, right?
It's like we were just here 10 minutes ago recording the other podcast that we record, but yeah, that's all right.
No, that's cool. I enjoy coming here every week.
I enjoyed your top 10 last week. That was a pretty fun episode. What was it again?
Last week I did the top 10 twisted science experiments.
That's right, science experiments.
Well, technically there was only 9 because I made up one.
Made up one of those things, that's right.
So if you haven't listened to that episode, go back and listen to it. And try to guess which one I made up.
Yeah, Tach reveals it at the end. The end of all of them, if there's a twist on it, we reveal. I don't have any twists on mine this week, Tach. There's no funny twists or anything like that in this episode. It's just a straight top 10. Before we get into it, though, before we get into the details of my top 10 list, let's TLC it up a little bit. Let's talk about sex. Was that TLC? Let's talk about sex, baby.
I don't think maybe. I don't remember.
I don't know. I'm bad with my 90s hip-hop.
Right.
But, Tach, do you have anything that you consider unusual that you prefer, you like, you fantasize about? I know this is getting extremely personal, but it's relevant.
Right.
Hear me out. It's relevant.
Okay.
Is there something that Tach is into that most guys wouldn't be, or most girls, whatever, wouldn't necessarily be? Do you associate yourself with any type of sexual preference or anything, do you like blow up dolls or something weird, something goofy? Hey, by the way, interesting tip on blow-up dolls. I don't know why that popped in my head, but do you know who invented the blowing doll? The blowing doll. That's an awesome doll. The blow-up doll?
Hitler?
Yes. Damn, you fucker.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dead serious.
I just guessed.
It was Hitler. There was so much STDs that his soldiers were experiencing from, according to history, from French prostitutes, that he developed a blow-up doll, or his scientists developed a blow-up doll that they could keep in their backpacks with them, and that would provide them comfort when needed. So interesting.
Well, I didn't mean to guess. It was kind of a joke guess, but
spot on.
What made it me think of it is when you came out and you sat down with us when we recorded.
I came out of the closet?
Funny. When you came out and came over to the studio and did Taint Funny episodes with us, didn't we talk about Hitler facts or something like that?
I don't remember. I was just looking this up today. I just figured this out today. I
think we were talking about weird Hitler facts or something like that, I think, in one of the Taint Funny episodes. Huh. And so it just made me think of, that's a weird fact. Hitler? It's just a joke.
Yeah, there were several things that Hitler did that were, and I had considered doing one on Hitler, doing a top 10 list on Hitler in the past. But it's just kind of morbid, man. I didn't really want to. There's some cool things that he did while he was that definitely don't overshadow the bad things. Let me rephrase that. But there were some cool and interesting things that he did during his time of power. Like he was the very first political leader in the world to do an anti-smoking campaign. The very first one. Huh. Interesting, isn't it?
So he was against smoking.
He was also against
Jews. Interesting.
Yeah. Well, here's the funny twist on that. He was also the first political leader to put law in place that what's the word I'm looking for? That denounced animal abuse. So he put in laws that would hold higher fines and higher penalties for those who were found abusing animals. Ironically, he also put in the books that animal testing could not occur anymore. Now, the shady and twisted fact about that is, so as opposed to testing on animals, Hitler made it okay to test all these experiments on Jews. So, yeah, very bad twist on that, but interesting factoid anyway.
That is interesting.
So anyway, you didn't answer the question. What kind of freaky, kinky shit is Tach into?
I'm not sure if I know really what you're asking. Do you have an example?
Yeah, but it'll lead into the 10 that I'm about to go into, so I don't want to do that quite yet. I just wanted to see if you can answer it at the end if you want. If you want,
maybe I have to.
Maybe some of my list will give you somewhat of a reminder of something you're into.
Yeah.
All right. So this week, Tach, I have 10, and I have an example at the beginning of these 10 that's going to tell you, give you an example of how the rest are going to go. This week,
the title is
this week on the Twisted 10. Is top 10, and this is all by Adam. This is what I did research on and found out.
Right.
Top 10 strangest sexual fetishes. You following me? So an example would be necrophilia. Mm-hmm. Necrophilia is sexual arousal by dead people or corpses. So there's an example. Now, that's a very common one, so I don't like using that because everybody knows it already.
But how common is it really?
It's like
I'm not looking for a statistic.
Once a month for me. I don't go more than that, but the morgue doesn't like me down there that much. But no, I'm just kidding. All right, so let's get into it.
So that was number 10?
No,
or
that was just an example. That was just an example.
Gotcha.
I didn't want to use ones that are very common.
No, I gotcha.
All right, so the top 10 strangest sexual fetishes, not fantasies. All right, so number 10, I'm going to name the fetish, the scientific name for the fetish, and I want you to see if you can maybe guess what it is.
Gotcha.
All right. How about, let's start off. Number 10 is forniphilia.
Forniphilia.
Yes.
So I'm guessing it comes from the word fornicate.
Okay.
But that just sounds like sex. So is it just somebody who's an philia? Phobia is fear, and philia is
what's what I'm looking for? Damn it, I'm losing my adjective dictionary in my head. Focus, or what's the word where you're really zoned in on something?
I gotcha. I know what you mean. I know this can drive you
obsession.
Nuts. Okay,
there we go.
So
philia is like an obsession.
So is it just somebody obsessed with sex?
No. It's. I mean, it all has all of these. Have to do with sex,
That's why I'm just guessing.
Forniphilia is a form of bondage where a human is used as or incorporated within a piece of furniture.
What the fuck?
Yes. So some of the pictures that I found, and God, this was a horrible Google search, were people were built into a chair, and where the other people would sit down would be sexually pleasing for the person either in the chair or what was using them as a chair. Yeah. So they even had some examples that weren't necessarily sexually related, but they could be of two guys that were like yoga positioning over each other, and then on top of them was a desk. So they were the legs of this desk with a desk sitting on top of them. So they were the human desk. So yeah, forniphilia.
So like, you see a hot girl somewhere and you're like, wow, she's really hot and sexy. You know what would make her more sexy? If she was an end table. I don't get it.
Those people.
It's just weird. I don't get that at all.
Yeah, that is those people. All right, so this next one I know you've heard of before. Well, you've heard of the philia before. You might not have heard of the scientific name for it.
Okay.
This is called autonepiophilia.
Okay, auto means like self.
Okay.
Nebio.
Nepio, Nepio.
Oh, nepio.
Autonepiophilia.
I don't know what nepio means, so
I'll give you the example word. It's autonepiophilia, or also referred to as infantilism.
Oh shit! What?
It sounds creepy. Yeah. It's sexual pleasure from dressing as a baby or an infant.
Oh, okay.
So I know you've seen this in a porn once or twice. The full grown dude laying in a crib with a bottle, playing the part, and getting sexual.
Right. I've even heard them go as far as actually shitting in a diaper and then the woman cleaning it up.
Yep. Freaks.
I don't get that at all.
Neither do I.
Well, I don't get any of them so far. So,
are any of these triggering any of your own personal fetishes or
not feelings? Even a little bit.
Right. Okay. All right. So let's move on. Number 8 of the top 10 strangest sexual fetishes, according to Adam, is, God damn it, I should have practiced all of these before going through and trying to read them. Aptimophilia.
Aptim?
Yep. There's also another one called apotemophilia, but let's go with aptimophilia. That's spelled Aptemnophilia.
No idea.
No clue. The the Latin roots aren't triggering anything.
No, because I can't tell if that's a prefix in the beginning or is it just aptim is the root word.
Aptim has a Latin base for something very specific, but I'll just read it. That this aptimophilia is sexual arousal when encountering or viewing amputees.
Oh my God.
So if you get off on a girl without an arm or something, if that's what really draws you in. Did I ever tell you that? I don't think I told this story on the podcast. Break the top 10 real quick. I went to a bar with my former roommate, and this is when I was like 21 years old, in Cocoa Beach. Really cool little bar, nothing real fancy. And I was driving, so he was riding with me. We go up there, and we sit down at the bar, just start having some drinks and whatever, and he's on my left, and he strikes up a conversation with a hot blonde on his left. All right, so we're both sitting all three of us at this point are sitting at a bar, shoulder to shoulder, looking at each other and then forward or whatever. Didn't get up and dance or nothing like that. Well, he the night goes on and he taps him. He goes, "Hey, dude, he goes, I don't think I need to ride home tonight." He's like, I think I'm gonna score. She's invited me back to her place. I'm like, that's fucking awesome. Good on you, man. She was a really good looking blonde. He pays her tab. He does the gentleman thing to do and whatever. And they get up to leave. And this is when he realized it at the same time that I did. And he looked at me and caught eyes and did the, oh my God, what the fuck have I got myself into? She didn't have a left arm, but he never knew that because she was on his left and never,
Gotcha.
Just that never came up, I guess. It never, he never even thought about it, but he still did his thing and went back and knocked it out of the park, I guess. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it when women don't have penises. Not so much have had them removed, but just, I don't know if that's a thing.
I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I didn't see that one in my list.
All right, so where are we at, number 7?
Number 7 of the top 10 strangest sexual fetishes.
All right.
This one is called, and if I, look, for our listeners out there, if I mispronounce some of these, I'm not a scientist here. I'm sorry. This next one is called dacryphilia. D-A-C-R-Y. Dacry? That's dacryphilia.
D-A-C-R-Y.
Yep.
So it's not a daiquiri.
I'll give you the type of person that would be attracted to this is a complete asshole, usually. And it doesn't have anything to do with
weak or something?
Anuses. Ooh, that's good job. That's very close. Dacryphilia is a person who's sexually aroused by another person who's crying or sobbing. So somebody who's upset or really emotionally and, visibly upset about something. AKA the person that's attracted to this is a complete dick for being attracted to it.
It's kind of like on Wedding Crashers where Will Ferrell went to funerals and like were hooking up with
the people who were depressed. Yeah. Hey, yeah, I guess that's a good point. All right. So number 6 on the top 10 strangest sexual fetishes, according to Adam, klismophilia. K-L-I-S, mophilia.
Klismophilia.
Yep. I don't think you'll ever get this one, but I mean, you got pretty close last time.
Well, that's because you gave me a clue.
I don't even know how the Latin root of this even ties into this.
Okay, I don't know.
All right. Klismophilia. Sexual arousal from the act of or participating in injecting liquids into the rectum and colon via the anus. So kind of like an enema, but sexual pleasure from doing it.
Like from receiving it or from doing it to somebody else?
It's the act of participating in or...
Oh, just participating
Just participating in. So, yes, to answer that question, yes, it's going to be both.
Man, I just can't... Okay.
That kind of makes you wonder if people who go into that profession are klismophiliacs.
What profession?
A doctor that gives enemas.
Is that like a thing?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe doctors do it. I mean, you can do it too.
Hi, I'm Dr. Klismophiliac. You're what? Come again? Yes, I will. All right. Look, that's number 6 so far. So 10 out of 6. So fornophilia. I won't go through all these again. I'll brutalize them. Dead people and corpses. Oh, that was an example.
Yeah.
Bondage when you're turned into furniture. Sexual pleasure from dressing as an infant. Encountering or viewing amputees. Somebody who's crying or sobbing. And then last is pretty much enemas in the ass. So are any of these striking home with Tach? Is Tach?
No, not.
None of these so far?
Not yet,
All right.
but I'm seeing the path that you're laying out for me, though.
All right, cool. All right, well, we're going to take a break. That brings us to our first break. We always break after the first 6. We do a short break, and then...
First 5.
First 5, yeah, I apologize. We do a break after the first 5 and listen to one sponsor, and then we'll be right back. Check out our new sponsor, Last Drop Vape. They make a premium e-liquid line that is simply fantastic. I vape a lot and use Last Drop Vape's blueberry and strawberry cream. They also have a chocolate that is spot on.
All of Last Drop Vape's premium e-liquids are proudly made in the USA. Their e-juice is bottled in a clean, certified, laboratory using 100% FDA compliant machinery, meeting AEMSA standards and future FDA regulations.
Visit them at lastdropvape.com or on Facebook at facebook.com/lastdropvape.
If you are interested in becoming a distributor, you can contact them at their website under the wholesaler section.
All right, welcome back to the Twisted 10. We're going to go over the next 5. All right, so let's get right into it. This next one, Tach,
Yeah.
is a sexual fetish that I think ties in to your other podcast that you do called Taint Funny. So
Okay.
Taint Funny is what? Give the synopsis of Taint. What's
Taint Funny is a comedy podcast done by myself and 3 other people, and we discuss movies, television, comics, things like that. Multimedia.
Comics is the part where I think this ties into.
Okay.
So you guys have done and attended those Comic-Cons or Mega-Cons or
Right.
things like that in the past, right? So the big shows, right?
Mhm.
All right, cool. So I think this one's going to tie into you guys a little bit.
Okay.
This one is called autoplushophilia.
I think I know this one.
You think you know this one? There's a
Well-
slang term for this one too.
You're talking about like the furries?
That's exactly where I'm going. Yes,
Why
the
is it saying
furries.
auto? Like,
I couldn't tell you that. I can't define why the scientific names are created for these, but yes, autoplushophilia. Furries are people, also referred to as furries. Furries are people who dress up in animal costumes and take on the persona of that animal. Now, why I think it ties into Comic-Con is Comic-Con and Mega and all these conventions, the running theme is the people that dress up like their characters.
right.
Especially like Ewoks. I mean, that's where furries originated from, that type of thing. Sometimes full-on sex occurs, but more often, furries engage in behavior called yiffing. You ever heard of yiffing before?
Never.
Dry humping or other sexualized interactions. Because you can't actually have furry sex when you're in a furry costume. You know what I mean? Unless you poke holes in it and shit.
Right.
So it's dry humping, and that's sexually gratifying for the people who have this condition.
I don't
So,
see how or why.
You have to tell me that Eric has been to a convention dressed as a furry. You got to tell me that this has happened.
That I may do it at this next one coming up, this MegaCon, because that might be the only way I'll get action, is if I'm wearing a huge mask.
Oh, man. All right, so let's move on. That was number 5. Number 4 in the top 10 strangest sexual fetishes is called eprocotophilia.
A procotahua?
Eprocotophilia. Eprocotophilia. Eprocotophilia.
Is this sex with trees?
No, there was one of them. I left that one out. That's called dendrophilia. I think it's dendrophilia. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't get that one either. I don't believe in
Yeah.
splinters on the boys.
I don't get that one either. No, this one's a little bit different, a little bit weirder to me. This is sexual attraction and sexual gratification to human flatulence. Mostly, it says, heterosexual males attracted to female flatulence.
That is definitely not you or me.
Yeah, hey, that's a thing though. That if it's got a philia attached to it, it is a real thing. So
Yeah, I've heard of it.
There are men, mostly men, is according to this study.
This is mostly men, really?
Yeah, this one is mostly men that are attracted to women's flatulence. And I've seen videos on porn sites or something like that where girls are farting in the videos. Now, I think it's funny. Don't get me wrong. I think it's fucking hilarious, especially if an accidental fart comes out in the middle of a scene. That is absolutely like porn bloopers or anything like. Holy shit, that is some funny stuff. But I'm never sexually attracted to.
No, definitely
that.
not.
All right, so let's go with number 3 on the top 10 strangest sexual fetishes. something called stemming.
Stemming.
This one might have a scientific name, but I couldn't find it.
Okay. Stemming?
Yep, stemming. What do you think stemming means?
I don't know, something to do with plants or something? I don't know.
Nope, nothing at all. Stemming is a slang term associated with sexual arousal from the use of electricity or shocking to the body. People who are into the electrical shocks.
I gotcha.
Derived.
This is the closest thing that I can almost get.
Oh, really?
Not
You're interested in that?
No.
I got a taser in there.
It's not as weird as the other ones.
Okay.
This one is. I've seen something. I saw an episode of Real Sex where they did some sort of like something like that, and I can see it's stimulation to the body, you know. So some people would do it on their genitals. Some people.
Yeah, that's like people who like the hot wax stripped or.
Yeah. Which I'm not into that either, but
certain forms
I kind of get it.
Pain, like whipped and stuff like that. Yeah, I guess so. That's a good point.
I can see why somebody would be into something like electric shocks or whatever like that. Nothing that's going to like jar you crazy, but I'm not talking a taser, just like a little zap here and there. I get it. I'm not interested, but I get that one more than any of the other ones.
Hang on. Are you telling me seriously that Mila Kunis says, look, Tach, I would like to hook up, but there's some stipulations with me hooking up with you. We're going to need to drag 12 volts across your balls for me to hook up. You going to do it?
12 volts?
Car battery.
Isn't that a bit much?
It's a bit much, but that's what she's into. She wants to zap the boys. But then you get to bang your girl. I'm just saying.
If that scenario actually happens, then yes, absolutely.
You shocked me to death, yeah. Nice.
Never will happen, but okay.
Hey, never say never, my friend. You don't know what could come. Oh, giggity. All right. So, number 2 of the top 10 strangest sexual fetishes, something called titillagnia.
Titillagnia.
The definition of that is similar in its pronunciation in the word titillagnia.
Okay.
Has nothing to do with tits. I'll just go ahead and get that out there now. Nothing to do with tits.
Titillating? I don't know.
Yes, you're kind of on the right track there.
Well, any one of these could be titillating. I don't know. What?
This titillagnia is sexual arousal from the act of tickling other people.
Oh, okay.
So you get sexually excited from tickling. And I'm not talking less like little, that's your goal. Your goal is to lay a girl down and tickle her, and that is what gets you aroused, like ready to start banging.
I'm aroused by tickling?
Well, I guess it's either or, but this one specifically says of tickling others.
Oh, of tickling others, right.
Right.
That's
I can
weird.
see how it could lead to sexual arousal, but it itself, to me, would not be sexually arousing.
No.
Tickling.
Not at all.
But, all right.
And that's... No, I'm not even going to get into it.
Tach, these freaks exist, I'm just saying.
We're already at number 1?
We're at number 1, my friend.
Damn. All right, the number 1.
Top 10 strangest sexual fetishes, and this one is definitely odd. Now, this isn't as gruesome as some of the other ones. This isn't as, innocent maybe as the tickling or shocking, but this is, to me, this is Adam's list. This has got to be the weirdest, to me, fetish that I have ever heard of. Just because it has nothing to do with, to me, what would be sexual in nature at all.
Okay.
This is called oculolinctus. God damn, these are hard to pronounce. Oculolinctus.
Oculolinctus.
Let's go with that, yeah.
Something to do with your eyes?
Yeah, you're good. You got the ocular Latin derivative there. Something very specific to the eyes.
I'm only going to go because the word sounded like it, but licking the eyes?
Exactly right. Sexual arousal from your partner licking your eyeballs. Not like the eye over the end. No. Open
the eyeball.
Eye,
Gotcha.
licking the eyeball of somebody's eye. Freaks! What are these people into?
Why do they have stories like this?
You people are fucked up. I'm just saying. Now, some of these sites that I was researching this stuff on had pictures of some of these things that were being done.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm not going to sleep right tonight after some of these images.
You better hope your girlfriend doesn't go through your search history. She's going to be like, what the fuck are you into, dude?
More important than that, the FBI has a case on me now based on some of our top 10 researches that we've been doing here. But yeah, so that's the top 10. I'll recap them real quick. I'm not going to name their scientific names. I'm just going to name what they are. So number 10 was incorporated as a piece of furniture. Mm-hmm. Number 9 was dressing as an infant or a baby. Number 8 was encountering or viewing amputees. Number 7 was somebody that was aroused by a person crying or sobbing. Number 6 was injecting liquids into the rectum. Number 5 is furries. Number 4 is attraction to human flatulence. Number 3 is stimming or the use of electricity or shocking the body. Number 2 was tickling, sexually aroused by tickling. And number 1 was fucking eyeball licking. What in the fuck is wrong with people? So after you've heard this list, Tach, do you have anything that you would consider unique about you that most people wouldn't be into?
I kind of have like an opposite one. Something I don't like that most people do like.
Right.
And you already know.
I know what it is. I think I know where you're going with it.
I don't like my nipples touched.
That would be nippolectophilia. No, I'm kidding. I have no idea.
Yeah, like they just can't be. I can't even touch them. Like nobody can. Like it's just,
Are they hypersensitive?
I don't know what it is.
Is it a mental association? If you were asleep and your girl was doing that to you, you would probably be fine, I would assume.
I don't know. I just don't like it. Like I can go like this, but like if this was my nipple, I couldn't go like this.
So you would be really fucked up if we use that stimming one. For a girl, I say we, like me and you're going to do it. But if a girl used the stimming or the electrical shock, sexual arousal and wanted to shock you in your nipples, that wouldn't work for you, would it?
Not even.
What if she hooked up? I'm going to freak you out here. What if she hooked up those little alligator clip leads to your nipples? Look, I'm actually holding my nipples right now. Tach.
I can't watch
She
it.
hooked those little alligator things up and then hooked up a 12.
No,
fucking
like when I watch porn or even just regular movies where there's a guy getting his nipples licked. I can't watch it.
Really?
It's different for a girl.
You can watch a girl's nipples.
Yeah, and I can mess with a girl's nipples all day. But I can't see a guy's nipples.
Do we call those all-day nipples? Is that what we call those?
That's what I call them. I don't know.
That one was a little quicker than some of our other ones.
What about you, though?
Oh, fetishes for me?
Yeah. Try to get out of this one.
I absolutely detest a girl touching my feet, so I'm kind of like that. There's foot fetishes. I don't know what that's called, but I do not like a girl to touch my feet. And that's
so you've never had like a foot massage?
No, forget it. If somebody foot massaged me, I would kick them involuntarily.
Welcome to my world up here. Yeah, that's how I feel about nipples.
Let's see, fetish though, something that I'm into. I told this once before on another podcast that we host, but I really like girls that are into costumes, like dressing up and playing a part. No, not a furry. I've never actually been into that thing, but I like a girl who dresses up and plays the part. It can hold that character of that part.
I've never done role play. Do you play a character too, or do you just play along with them?
No, I don't play I mean, I have never been asked to. I would. Don't get me wrong, but no, I've never done that. Let's see. Aside of that, I think I'm pretty normal. I think I have fun in the bedroom, but I think I'm pretty normal as far as sexual fetishes. I don't think I have anything I'm not into the bondage and S&M and none of that stuff. I'm not into any of that stuff.
Me either.
I mean, I would do it if the girl was. I would participate, but it doesn't do anything for me sexually.
Yeah.
No, I'm a pretty average guy. I think I'm pretty, run of the mill, normal kind of guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to give this eyeball licking thing a try, but no, I'm kidding.
The closest thing I can think would be like the little tiny shocks. Like that just seems kind of interesting. I mean, as long as they're little tiny little zaps,
So I wonder if that means that those people that have that philia or fetish, did they buy those ab workout machines back in the day when they used to sell them? They would shock your abs and suddenly get boners from. I mean,
maybe. I don't know.
I wonder if you could hook one of those things up to your junk.
I'm sure it's been
I
done.
wonder what that would feel like. All right. Well, that's all I have this week for fetishes. This one was a little bit quicker than some of our other ones. That you're going to get some that lead over an hour for the top 10, some that are 30 minutes or so. But that's what I brought to the table this week. Those were the strangest ones that I found during my research. Obviously, the ones that were out there that are more perverse are the more popular ones. the other philias, like the attraction to trees or the attraction to animals or, whatever. Those are obvious that they're nasty or unusual, but they're very popular too. I wanted to go for the ones that were not quite so mainstream.
No, it was good. It was good. I'm glad you left out like necrophilia and stuff like that.
Yeah, I use that as an example, but that was, that's just too common. I say too common, too commonly known. So all those other names, if I said necrophilia, you know exactly what it is. And all these other ones, no, you typically didn't know the answer to, except for the plushophilia one or whatever that was, autoplushophilia.
Yeah.
Somehow Tach knew that one right away. That's weird. But
all right, so I am next week.
Yep.
I have a top 10 list that I'm going to put together. I don't have it done yet, but I do have an idea what I'm going to do.
All right. Do we get our teaser?
I'm going to give you a teaser.
We get our teaser. Sweet.
Okay. Teaser is dun 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 dun. That's it.
Here comes the bride.
That's it. That's all you're gonna get.
So Tach's gonna be a wedding planner. Okay, got it. I see where this is going. Or you're gonna propose live on the show to some random person? All right, we got.
We don't know. We don't know.
All right, well, cool. Hey, thanks for listening this week, guys. We appreciate it. Go check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/thetwistedten. Give us a like, add some comments on there, do whatever you would like. Give us some show suggestions for top 10 lists that you want Tach or I to do.
Also, check out our Twitter at the Twisted 10.
At the Twisted 10? Oh, that's news to me. I didn't know that we had that. That's cool. Let's see. Rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. If you use Stitcher or Podcast Addict or any of those other podcast search engines, just subscribe to those because it helps our numbers for sure. And if you're interested in sponsoring the show, send us a message. Well, I'm actually going to use a different email address because we host another show called Living Podcariously. Send us an email over at show@livingpodcariously, and we would love to hear from you if you're interested in giving us some sponsorship.
We need to get our own little email address for this.
Yeah, we set up a domain. We'll get that going. I don't think the Twisted 10 is taken. I don't think it was when we looked before. All right, guys. Well, thanks again for listening. We appreciate it. We look forward to hearing from you, and we'll be back with another show next week. I've got mine already prepped and ready for the week after that, but I'm not going to give you a teaser yet. Not yet. All right, guys. So my name's Adam. Thanks for listening.
And my name's Tach. Appreciate you stopping by.
All right. Have a good one.
Yep. I didn't mean to guess. It was kind of a joke guess, but
spot on.
What made it me think of it is when you came out and you sat down with us when we recorded.
I came out of the closet?
Funny. When you came out and you came over to the studio and did Taint Funny episodes with us, didn't we talk about Hitler facts or something like that?
I don't remember. I was just looking this up today. I just figured this out today. I
think we were talking about weird Hitler facts or something like that, I think, in one of the Taint Funny episodes. Huh. And so it just made me think of, that's a weird fact. Hitler? It's just a joke.
Yeah, there were several things that Hitler did that were, and I had considered doing one on Hitler, doing a top 10 list on Hitler in the past. But it's just kind of morbid, man. I didn't really want to. I mean, there's some cool things that he did while he was that definitely don't overshadow the bad things. Let me rephrase that. I don't have any twists on mine this week, Tach. There's no funny twists or anything like that in this episode. It's just a straight top 10. Before we get into it, though, before we get into the details of my top 10 list, let's TLC it up a little bit. Let's talk about sex. Was that TLC? Let's talk about sex, baby.
I don't think maybe. I don't remember.
I don't know. I'm bad with my 90s hip hop.
Right.
But, Tach, do you have anything that you consider unusual that you prefer, you like, you fantasize about? I know this is getting extremely personal, but it's relevant.
Right.
Hear me out. It's relevant.
Okay.
Is there something that Tach is into that most guys wouldn't be, or most girls, whatever, wouldn't necessarily be? Do you associate yourself with any type of sexual preference or anything, do you like blow up dolls or something weird, something goofy? Hey, by the way, interesting tip on blow up dolls. I don't know why that popped in my head, but do you know who invented the blowing doll? The blowing doll. That's an awesome doll. The blow up doll.
Hitler?
Yes. Damn, you fucker.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dead serious.
I just guessed.
It was Hitler. There was so much STDs that his soldiers were experiencing from, according to history, from French prostitutes that he developed a blow-up doll, or his scientists developed a blow-up doll that they could keep in their backpacks with them, and that would provide them comfort when needed. So interesting.
Well, I mean,
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All 3 engines up and burning. 2, 1, 0, and liftoff.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You're listening to the Twisted 10, bringing you original and unique, host-created top 10 list, recorded live in world-famous Cocoa Beach, Florida, with hosts Tach Van Sickle and Adam Poston.
All right, welcome to the Twisted 10. This is episode number 6. My name is Adam Poston. I'm one of your hosts of the Twisted 10, and sitting on my right is my boy Tach. How you doing?
What's up?
Nice to see you back in studio again.
I know, right?
It's like we were just here 10 minutes ago recording the other podcast that we record, but yeah, that's all right.
No, it's cool. I enjoy coming here every week.
I enjoyed your top 10 last week. That was a pretty fun episode. What was it again?
Last week I did the top 10 twisted science experiments.
That's right, science experiments.
Well, technically there was only 9 because I made up one.
Made up one of those things. Yep. That's right.
So if you haven't listened to that episode, go back and listen to it and try to guess which one I made up.
Yeah, Tach reveals it at the end. The end of all of them, if there's a twist on it, we reveal.